So I want to say right off the bat that I know a lot of people hate this theory, although I can't understand why. Personally, I think that this theory is great. That theory being, did Vault-Tec drop the bombs? Or at least, did they push China into doing so? Hey guys, it's Light here. Today I want to talk about one of my favourite Fallout theories, and take a deep dive into the evidence for it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, it really helps out small channels like myself. Also consider subscribing, I'm hoping to hit 20 subscribers within the next month, so it would really mean a lot. With that said and done, let's get into the video. So, did Vault-Tec drop the bombs? It's not exactly a secret that Vault-Tec are kinda messed up, to say the least. Everything from freezing people alive to creating an army of children, and honestly the list gets worse. So for those of you who don't know, the theory goes like this, and it's really rather simple. Vault-Tec were actually the ones who dropped the bombs, causing the fallout. I know, it sounds crazy. So let's take a look at the evidence. So the first piece of evidence is simply the motive. We all know that Vault-Tec's entire plan was to experiment on the human race without their knowledge. But that could have only happened if the bombs dropped, right? Basically what I'm trying to say is, without the bombs dropping, causing the fallout, Vault-Tec couldn't do their experiments. At the very least, this gives Vault-Tec a reason to actually want the bombs to drop in the first place. Next, let's talk about the opening of Fallout 4. As anybody who has played Fallout 4 knows, this game starts with the character accepting a spot in Vault 111. Now, depending on the dialogue option that you pick, the Vault-Tec rep will say, quote, "The big kaboom is inevitable, I'm afraid, and coming sooner than you think, if you catch my meaning," end quote. Now, this is weird in itself. It sounds like the Vault-Tec rep knows that the bombs are coming, and if that wasn't enough, let me mention this. Have you ever noticed that every single chiropod in Vault 111 is occupied? It's almost as if Vault 111 was like the final vault that needed residents. They finally got the correct amount of citizens to be in the vault that they needed, giving Vault-Tec the okay to finally drop the bomb. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Now, to look deeper into this evidence, I jumped into my Fallout 4 detective-styled character and began to investigate the vaults, starting with Vault 111 of course. And here's what I found. Okay, so I actually started by investigating the Vault-Tec building in Boston, and some of the terminals I found were disturbing, to say the least. A high-ranking Vault-Tec worker wrote how he wanted to stab someone, simply for spilling coffee on him. Now, this doesn't prove that Vault-Tec dropped the bombs, however, what kind of company hires somebody like this? If this was a real-life court debate, things like this would definitely be brought up. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't find any more evidence in the building, so let's move on to Vault 111. So one of the entries in a terminal found in Vault 111 shows that the Vault-Tec workers of the vault actually got a warning telling them that the bombs were about to drop. Another terminal reads, quote, "They actually did it," end quote. Almost as if they are Vault-Tec, and that whoever wrote this message knew the bombs were dropping. Now just hear me out. If you didn't know that the bombs were going to drop, wouldn't you write something more along the lines of, "I can't believe China did it," or "I can't believe it actually happened"? Not, "They finally did it," right? Upon searching other vaults, there isn't any more evidence, which is unfortunate for our theory. So let's jump into Fallout 3 here for a minute. Now, this may be the biggest piece of evidence yet. In one of the game's main settlements, you can find this warhead that didn't go off. Let's look closer. Look at this strange symbol on the side of it. It looks an awful lot like the Vault-Tec logo, right? Now, I want to take a minute to talk about the Fallout movie. This movie was supposed to be made years ago, and it was ultimately scrapped. But the entire plot of this movie was that Vault-Tec dropped the bombs, and the Vault Dweller, like the main character in the story, was going to figure that out. But it is important to note again, this movie was never made, and it isn't canon to the Fallout universe. However, it does support our theory. That's pretty much all the evidence that we have. So, here's my theory. I believe that the owner of Vault-Tec has his or her own personal vault. I believe that they're likely being kept alive the same way that the Cabot family is, or something like that. I think that they are still monitoring every vault from their own vault, and honestly, I could go on. I have an entire idea for a Fallout spin-off game based around this theory, but that's a video for another time if you guys want to even see it. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. What do you guys think? Do you think that Vault-Tec started the Great War? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, it really helps out small channels like myself. Also consider subscribing, I'm hoping to hit 20 subscribers soon, so it would really mean a lot. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.